Hey, welcome to the channel. Just wanted to do an intro video, let you guys know a little bit about me, why I'm starting this channel, what this is all about. I'll try to make it quick, but I got a lot of plans for all kinds of different content that I think is missing from the conversation. What conversation is that? Well, I am a longtime Bitcoin developer. You know, Bitcoin's been through a number of forks. Where I primarily develop these days is on Bitcoin SV. The reasons for that will become clear in time. But I wanted to talk a bit about the overall theme of Bitcoin, what people are excited about, what people miss, and how you can really leverage Bitcoin to change the world in ways that nobody's talking about and are much more important than a lot of the ways that I think people are actually excited about it right now. I think what's going on is people who are like myself, who are sort of liberty-seeking individuals who really do care that our freedoms are being eroded on a daily basis across the world. That, you know, for those of us in the United States like myself, we watch our Constitution sort of be ignored, and we want to do something about it. And people see Bitcoin as a great tool in order to get us to a better place. And I agree with that sentiment. I just think the implementation details matter. And I think simply buying a coin, holding it and hoping for it to go up is not enough. And there's a tremendous opportunity here for us to reimagine many of the systems and things that we use by actually using Bitcoin as a data network, not as a financial asset, not just as a financial asset, I should say. Bitcoin is made up of two words in one. There's bit and coin. Coin, everyone seems to get. Bit, no one seems to get. Very few people, rather. When we use Bitcoin as a big neutral database in the sky, we can do things like build open protocols that are just a fixed set of rules that everybody agrees on in order to do things like social media, for example. And I'm a huge proponent of this. And I think this is really a foundation for the future. Right now, we have a couple of platforms out there that have really censored people aggressively in recent years, and we've seen the impact on politics. We've seen the impact on people's lives, on the chilling effect of ideas. And we're lucky to have a couple platforms that have emerged where, you know, free speech is encouraged. Elon Musk has done some great things on X, and Rumble is another good example of these sorts of platforms, and others have emerged. But the problem with all of this is they're still totally centrally controlled singular platforms. If someone does a hostile takeover of any of these, or there's a change of leadership or even a change of heart by the leaders who actually control the policy on those platforms, that entire network effect is locked up behind that platform. We can use Bitcoin in new ways to break that wide open, to still respect the private property of each individual owner of each one of these platforms, but at the same time allow many participants to tap into the actual network and access all of the individuals on that network. It's not where, you know, Facebook has all of its signups and those people are kind of locked in there, and if you want to access those people, you have to go through Facebook, the company. They're basically all operate this way. But in the future, we can use open social protocols, some of the stuff that I and others have been working on for several years now, that really change that paradigm quite dramatically. And there are other efforts out there that also kind of miss the mark. I mean, things like Nostr, but they're also missing the point. I mean, when we have Bitcoin that scales and can actually store data, and we sort of have a server of last resort in the Bitcoin network itself that's always there, that's very stable, that's very fast. And I just really want to get this across to people who are excited about this kind of technology, that there is a better paradigm than all of the things being put out there from many different angles. I'm sure I'll get lots of criticism on this sort of stuff, but I'm not really interested in fighting on the internet. All I want to do is share with you my perspective, the work that I've been doing over the last several years and the work of others. And I want to talk about a lot of the issues going on in the world, how Bitcoin pertains to these issues, and how we can actually build systems that are going to help the biggest problems that face humanity today. Censorship resistance is one of the ones I talked about. There's another big topic that I'll be covering on this channel, which is governance. A lot of people think you can program governance into a system and that you don't have to worry about any sort of external forces on the network, that you can just do something like a DAO where everybody gets a vote. Well, I want to just point out that DAOs are a bit more like direct democracy than what we have here in the United States in our republic. We have a constitution with fixed rules that never change, or at least really are not designed to change. Those 10 amendments are supposed to be the limits on which the democratic process can operate, right? We're not supposed to be tinkering with those, and we haven't through the entire history of this country. In a similar spirit, I think the best protocols are ones that don't change, ones that have fair rules from the beginning and get the buy-in of all the network participants, and then there is no change. And if there's a change, it's considered a new protocol, not an upgrade to a protocol. We'll go into much more detail on this in future videos, but I just wanted to kind of high level talk about a few of the topics that I hope to demystify on this channel. Also, we're building this stuff. We've got lots of very cool things to show off that it's a shame that more people are not aware of. And hopefully starting this channel will shine some light on some of those things. So I really can't wait to share that stuff with all of you as well. Anyway, for me personally, I've always felt this way, but I'm sort of, I'm a programmer. I'm introverted by nature. I don't like getting here on the camera. I don't like being in the public eye. I certainly don't like having to deal with criticism of people on the internet. I've had a good share of that in my career so far, just building things in general. Crypto is a very religious thing for a lot of people. People get very attached to a particular coin, and just like in mainstream media, there are people who will just lie about things, put ideas out there that don't make any sense whatsoever, and gaslight and steamroll until everybody believes it. And unfortunately, as critical as everyone is thinking these days and realizing that everything is BS, they haven't really applied the same level of scrutiny to the crypto industry. And, I think that's another one of the goals of this channel, is kind of challenging some of the orthodoxies that are out there. So, welcome to the channel. This is Wizard of Greater Freedom, and that's what we hope to achieve here. Stick around, like and subscribe. I hope to learn from all of you along the way as well. But I do know one thing, this is going to be a hell of a journey. Thanks for coming.